Hey everybody, this is Alchemist, and I'm going to turn the sound down. Jesus.
I spill my drink.
Wow.
I spill my drink.
That'll do. Let's turn the music down a little bit lower. There we go. That'll do. So, welcome to Deus Ex, ladies and gents. Kind of continuing from before. I was looking for another playthrough to do while I debugged the Dazzle, and while I'm doing gifts sent by people, I decided to do Deus Ex. This was gifted to me. This is the game of the year edition. It was gifted to me by Milky. Thank you very much. So I'm gonna play through this one. So this one's gonna be a little bit longer than Blue Shift. One would imagine, because Blue Shift turned out to be way shorter than I thought it was gonna be. I was bracing myself for Beige, but I did not get Beige. I got Zen. Zen is about as much Beige as I can take, but Blue Shift was all right. But Deus Ex is fantastic. Deus Ex was developed by Ion Storm. They know the company that developed Daikatana, but not the studio. I forget which studio developed Deus Ex, but it was a different one. I think did Deus Ex come out? I think it was the Austin studio. Was it Ion Storm Austin? Was it Ion Storm Austin or Dallas? I can't remember. It's been a long time. But Daikatana was a long time ago. But Deus Ex, one of the best RPGs ever made. I'm gonna say that flat out. Like I have like a list of my favorite RPGs. You know, like if I had to like list them out, because I can't pick a favorite. I just have to list them, like the RPGs that I can like go back to. You know, whenever, just pick them up and play them. You know, that list would include stuff like Final Fantasy VII, and a lot of people don't like Final Fantasy VII because they think it steals Final Fantasy VI's thunder. I disagree. I think Final Fantasy VII is good on its own. I think Final Fantasy VI is exemplary on its own as well. But Final Fantasy VII, Mass Effect 2, although I have like been waiting on playing Mass Effect 2 again until the taint of ME3, until like ME3 no longer taints the experience for me, so it's going to be a while before I go back to Mass Effect 2. Mass Effect 2 is up there with my favorite RPGs of all time as a game that got what role-playing game meant. It meant to role-play. Mass Effect 2 is badass for role-playing in. It's a great role-playing game. And Deus Ex. There are others. This is like Wild Arms 3, which I think is a great RPG. It's a great JRPG. It's not a great role-playing game, but JRPGs, like Final Fantasy and Final Fantasy VI, JRPGs are more like books. You know, they're more like books that you play through, as opposed to like a RPG that actually, you know, provides you opportunities for role-playing in this fantastic universe, as most Western RPGs do. Yeah, Deus Ex, that brings us back to Deus Ex, one of the best RPGs ever made, for certain one of the best first-person games ever made, although not one of the best straight-up shooters. So if you're looking for just like a straight-up first-person shooter, you're gonna be disappointed with Deus Ex. And there's really no getting around that. There's really no middle ground there. You know, it's like this game can be a good shooter. There's certainly good shooting in it, but you gotta kind of work for it to get it there. But yes, most definitely. One of the better RPGs, one of the better PC games ever made. And so Deus Ex falls... The other reason I chose to do Deus Ex, besides the fact that it was gifted to me, and I feel like I should probably like highlight this because somebody gifted to me for Christmas, kind of as a thank you to them, was because Deus Ex also falls under the mission statement of ALCH, the original mission of it, which was to introduce people to games that have kind of faded since they were released. They were iconic, seminal games that came out back in the day, and really great games. And now they are cheaply available, and the point of ALCH was to bring people's attention to really great games that were made a long time ago that they can find easily now that hold up. Stuff like Colony Wars 3, Mega Man Legends, the first Parasite Eve, that kind of stuff. Deus Ex falls into that category. You know, the first Resident Evil games, Resident Evil 2, Resident Evil 3, still amazing. You know, like even, that's far better than 6. Jesus. Deus Ex falls in that category. And last year I was talking about how I wanted to start getting back to that original course, you know, the original mission of ALCH. And I was starting to do that with stuff like Armored Core 2, which is also a fantastic game. And I'm really glad that people, I'm really glad, whenever I do one of these playthroughs, I usually get, like, messages, like, sometime after, like, hey, man, I saw you playing this game. I never gave it much thought, but I picked it up. It's pretty good. Thanks for showing it off. That's the whole point of this. That's what ALCH is about. And I play modern games, too. Have a little fun with them, but, this is what it's supposed to be. This is what it's about, is classic games that stand the test of time and are easily available, cheaply available, in a time where people don't have like $60 to blow on a AAA title. Here's one from yesteryear. It's just as good now as it was then. Okay, and now that I've answered the door and acquired more caffeine, we're going in. I would do the training mode, but the training mode kind of sucks. So we're not doing it this time. There's going to be more enough of this game. Well, like, I might show off training later, but it's boring. So we're going to get into the main game, and we're going to play it on medium because I am doing a playthrough, and I'm certain that I will fuck up eventually. Although hard and realistic are not particularly difficult, but yeah. I'm not pushing my luck because all of you have seen my luck in the past. So we're going to play on medium. It's the normal difficulty to play this game on. And even though this was made in a time where you had like fucking John Romero, John Romero suck it down of like Daikatana fame, saying like, you know, you're not playing it on hardcore, you're not playing the game. You know, the same shit that persists nowadays, to where games like Halo have like a normal difficulty, but normal isn't the normal difficulty, it's the easy mode, you see. The game was meant to be played on heroic, and that's bullshit. You know, if the game was meant to be played on heroic, then heroic wouldn't be called heroic. Heroic would be called normal. So, yeah, we're going to play it on medium. You can adjust the difficulty in the game anyways. And this isn't like the actual game, this is just like combat. And the combat in Deus Ex, it's kind of wonky anyways. So let's go ahead and select medium. You will die quickly anyways. Oh, don't worry, you will see my share of deaths in this game. So we're going to go ahead, and this is where you get to spec into your various stuff. So first of all, we're going to change the real name to Alchemisted. I don't know who would use that as their real name, but damn it, that's what he's called. So we're going to change the face so we can be like the white-haired guys from like Matrix Reloaded. We can be this guy. I like playing as this guy. Yeah, that's the character right there. Yeah. 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 So anyways, we're going to go like into computer. And we're going to upgrade the fuck out of computer. There we go. We are now advanced. Now, advanced is one step down from master, and trust me, you want hacking in this game. You want it bad. So we do have some pistol experience that we can downgrade. However, I wouldn't advise this because pistol is one of the best weapons in the fucking game, and the crossbow you will need. So we're going to keep that there. So let's see, electronics. We can upgrade weapons low tech, and I would recommend doing this because you start the game armed with a prod, and you can obtain a stun crossbow that'll trank people. And used correctly, both of these things are incredibly effective. At least at the beginning of the game. You can play this game however you want. In fact, I'm probably going to shoot more people than I probably should over the course of this playthrough. Oh yeah, there's going to be some fucking carnage. But it's probably in your best interest, even if you're a gun nut in games. You know, even if it's your style to go in guns blazing, for the first bit, it's probably in your best interest to go in, you know, non-lethal, because it's a lot faster. You can get through things a lot faster, and you can score some stuff later. I think. Not too sure. But anyways, let's go ahead and spec into low tech. And the reason why you spec into low tech also is because you will obtain a weapon later on in the game. That is amazing. It is iconic, and it is a melee weapon. Those of you who've played Deus Ex already know what I'm referring to. Those of you who haven't, oh, you will behold the glory that is the dragon's tooth soon. But anyways, so this is what I usually spec into. Like computer, later on I'll spec into electronics and lockpicking, and I've got pistols in low tech. And the pistol can be broken incredibly easily in this game. You will see. It's actually pretty interesting. You can, as long as you don't equip a scope on it, like if you take a pistol and equip a laser sight on it, but you don't equip a scope, that laser sight basically negates, it gives you perfect accuracy. Like wherever you're pointing it, as long as that laser sight's on, your bullets are going there, and it doesn't matter what your stat is. Like all this matters is like damage. Like this stat right here, all that matters is damage, and you can do a lot of it with a pistol. So yeah, there's stuff like swimming, which is useless. Makes you swim faster, and makes you like breathe, able to hold your breath longer underwater. There are only like once or twice you're called upon to do this. Same for environmental trading, it's not that great. Medicine. Medicine's an important thing to have later on. So pistol, low-tech, medicine, computer, electronics, lockpicking. Those are the ones I'm going to be worrying about. Rifle, you can break the game tremendously by speccing into this, because that lets you have a shotgun that is as precise as a rifle. Basically. It's a shot rifle. And it's hugely damaging, but if you've got a pistol that's pinpoint accurate anyways, you can just like headshot like a machine. So, like in other games, headshots save ammo, so you want to go for that. In fact, if you're using the non-lethal crossbow, which you'll see me using later, you're going to want to go for headshots. A lot. You'll find out why. Let's go ahead and start game.
Your appointment to FEMA should be finalized within the week. I've already discussed the matter with the Senator.
I take it he was agreeable?
He didn't really have a choice.
Has he been infected?
Oh yes, most certainly. When I mentioned that we could put him on the priority list for the ambrosia vaccine, he was so willing it was almost pathetic.
This plague, the rioting is intensifying to the point where we may not be able to contain it.
Why contain it? Let it spill over into the schools and churches. Let the bodies pile up in the streets. In the end, they'll beg us to save them.
I've received reports of armed attacks on shipments. There's not enough vaccine to go around, and the underclasses are starting to get desperate.
Of course they're desperate. They can smell their death, and the sound they'll make rattling their cage will serve as a warning to the rest.
I hope you're not underestimating the problem. The others may not go as quietly as you think. Intelligence indicates they're behind the problems in Paris.
A bunch of pretentious old men playing at running the world. The world left them behind long ago. We are the future.
We have other problems.
UNATCO?
Formed by executive order after the terrorist strike on the statue. I have someone in place, though. I'm more concerned about Savage. He's relocated to Vandenberg.
Our biochem corpus is far in advance of theirs, as is our electronic sentience, and their ethical inflexibility has allowed us to make progress in areas they refuse to consider.
The augmentation project?
Among other things, but I must admit that I have been somewhat disappointed in the performance of the primary unit.
The secondary unit should be online soon. It's currently undergoing preparation and will be operational within 6 months. My people will continue to report on its progress. If necessary, the primary will be terminated.
We've had to endure much, you and I, but soon there will be order again. A new age. Aquinas spoke of the mythical city on the hill. Soon that city will be a reality, and we will be crowned its kings. Or better than kings. Gods.
Heads up, JC. Your brother Paul is on his way to meet you at the dock. The NSF is raiding the island and shots have been fired. I repeat, find Paul. I will monitor your situation from HQ.
Wardy. Soda.
Paul, I thought you were in Hong Kong. Welcome to the Coalition, JC. I might as well start using your code name. Think I'd miss my brother's first day? Didn't think you'd have a choice. What's going on? The NSF. They hit one of our shipments. A few of them got away, but we trapped the rest in the statue. What are we waiting for? Looks like a textbook assault. The NSF took one of our agents hostage. The bots are holding the perimeter, but my orders are to hold back and send you in alone. I think someone high up wants to see how you handle the situation. All I've got with me is a pistol and an electric prod. I don't mind a test, but UNATCO better issue some hardware. Remember that we're police. Stick with the prod. It'll stun your opponents or knock them unconscious. A non-lethal takedown is always the most silent way to eliminate resistance. Just in case, though, Manderley wants you to pick an additional weapon. A sniper rifle, a GEP gun, or a mini crossbow.
Alright, so let's see. We're going to go ahead and take the crossbow, because we really don't need the GEP gun.
The crossbow. Sometimes you've got to make a silent takedown. Good thinking. With these tranquilizer darts, you'll have another non-lethal way to take down an enemy in addition to the prod. I get the idea. What's the first move? I'm going to give you a map of the island. If you can get to the North Dock, a UNATCO informant will give you a key to the statue doors. He responds to the code phrase, iron and copper. You could avoid a lot of fighting, though, if you found a back way to the statue. I'll see how it looks on shore. Your primary objective is the makeshift command center the terrorists have installed at the top of the statue. But don't forget about Agent Herman. We think he's being held on the ground floor. What are my orders when I reach the command center? Interrogate the leader. We don't yet know why the terrorists would risk an open assault.
Okay, so the comm guy's probably going to chime in a second. Okay. This crowbar is very similar to the one from Half-Life. Binoculars, useless. Lockpick, not useless. So, okay, we're going to be approaching this first mission non-lethally. Or at least we're going to try our best to. Let's go ahead and organize this fucking inventory. Yes, it's the RE4 inventory nightmare. Not as bad as with Human Revolution. There we go. It's not as bad as with Human Revolution, but it's still pretty fucking bad. So we're going to go ahead and go with a charger prod as our primary, with the crossbow as our secondary. We've got a med kit. We've got a 10mm pistol, just in case I manage to screw this up really badly. And we got a crowbar in case we got to sneak up behind someone and end their shit. So, yeah, we're pretty good. We're pretty loaded down. We have the tools we need to complete this mission. Yeah. And this is the effect of drinking in this game, is JC's vision goes batshit insane for a while. There we go. One would think if he's so heavily fucking augmented, he could just, you know, not die every time he fucking drinks something. In fact, you know what? I'm going to turn this down. Because that's pretty loud. That's going to be pretty loud for you guys. Let's go ahead and turn that.
Spill my drink.
Spilled your drink. Yes. Yes, indeed. We'll leave the sound there. Sound quality 16-bit. I am using the new visions. So, if the game looks slightly higher res than one would think it should, that's why. That's still pretty loud. Okay. Whatever. So, this crossbow...
What's your take on the situation, Corporal?
I didn't talk to you.
Bots have them bottled up, sir. We'd go right in if it weren't for the whole back order.
How'd they get one of our agents?
Gunter went rogue on us. When the order came, he wouldn't pull back. Now you get to bail him out.
I didn't talk to you, but whatever. Anyways, so we're going to go over here and smash these crates open to get some stuff.
NSF everywhere, JC. Your orders are to shoot on sight. A UNATCO informant on the North Dock can get you inside the statue. Look for a bomb. Identify yourself with the phrase, iron and copper.
Okay, so we're going to a quick save. You will see me quick save quite often in this game. And then we are going to do something tremendously stupid, which is run right out and go whoop!
If you want to make a covert approach, remember the Academy stealth course. Stay out of their field of view, walk slowly to stay quiet, and crouch behind cover. Or if you have to get your hands dirty, remember that a headshot is a lethal takedown.
Yeah, we're going to be pulling headshots like crazy later on, but first I need to take these guys out. Now, these guys have terrible peripheral vision because something that
I saw somebody.
Hi. There we go. I got him in the head, and he's probably going to go get his buddies. Okay. Search you. Cigs and a candy bar. I didn't see him drop. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, let's try this again. What I like to do is I like to pull them all here because they won't follow me down here, and if they do follow me down here, Paul Denton and that security mech are going to kill them anyways. So it's a good bet to like pull them down here and clear this area, but looks like they didn't take the bait this time.
I think we've got an intruder.
I know you've got an intruder. That's right.
Oh! God!
Christ!
Oh! God!
Yep, I have no idea where I am. Ah! There we go. So yeah, they have stun things too. If you come down here, you are a fool, sir. So I'm gonna go ahead. And there's death number 1. And he dies. Amazing. Okay. Yeah. Load my quick save. So yeah, that didn't work out so well. That didn't work out very well at all. What do you think? He has no opinion because he's a robot.